our own company here, Kelly Oysters, founded by our father, who lived in the area and he didn't want to immigrate, so we're added value to the oysters by shipping them to restaurants in Ireland and around the world. The coastal challenges we face here in Killeen vary from high tides, tidal surges. Also, we're impacted a lot here by salinity, so the impact of the fresh water coming from the rivers. And in particular, the last number of years, a lot of drainage work carried on, which has changed the character of the water, which has put the shellfish under pressure living in the area, and it's hard for it to survive now with the changes, with the fluctuations in changes in salinity, and that's the biggest challenge at the moment. One of our main projects is the native oyster restoration project, which we have out in the bay here. So we have, at the moment, we have 20 million juvenile oysters spat in their third year of survival. So the work with on the oyster restoration project brought us to the Marine Institute and working with them and various aspects, but one of the key aspects is the oceanography and trying to model the impacts of the fresh water coming into the bay. So now we can identify, over the last 10 years, we have a data set there of information where we can see any changes and those impacts those changes have in the areas. One of the main impacts is that the oyster production has moved further out in the bay. So with the fresh water coming in now, the model is showing us that there's no point in developing the oyster beds on the inner coast. We need to move out further.
I think the models like the one we developed for Galway Bay are crucial for the development of a fit-for-purpose DTO, as these models are capable of accurately representing ecosystem dynamics. They can predict impacts of climate change in the bay. They can support policy development, and these models in general help us understanding marine environment.
This work with the Marine Institute is going to help us here on the oyster farm as well at Kelly's, and it will allow us to know when to handle the oysters or not. So for example, last year we had the marine heat wave. So we could see where the temperature was going up, and we were able to stop handling then and to try and protect them, because the shellfish get stressed out, particularly if the temperature goes up 4 or 5 degrees, which was a real abnormality last year. But with the new technology, that can be predicted at least a few days in advance, and it gives you some chance to protect your stock. So it's a help in that way. Thank you.